overcoming poverty, burning off stress, paying attention with ADHD, building a career, beating a painful genetic disorder. After 13 years of helping others do the same, fitness became a foundation for my life's greatest gift and challenge, becoming a father. My name's Alex Van Houten, and I believe that what I eat, how I move, and what habits I live by are the rock upon which I build my physical, psychological, and spiritual well-being. And whatever I do will rub off on my kids and my community. Welcome to Defining Dad Bod, where we work to untangle the messy knots of the health and fitness industry as if your children's lives depended on it. Because they do. This is where we decide to make our bodies stand for something bigger than ourselves. This is where we find practical wisdom to live by, one powerful conversation at a time. May the words spoken here inspire you to keep moving forward no matter where you are. Who knows who you could be if you could become 1% better every single day.
We can do the show thanks to the support of listeners just like you. For more information how you can become part of the inner circle, go to findingdadbod.com/inner circle. That's findingdadbod.com/inner circle.
What's up, guys? This is Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod. I am so excited about today's show. It is our 100th episode of Defining Dad Bod. That's right, believe it or not. Since October of 2017, when I started the show, we have published, as of today, 100 episodes. And I hope you find today's show a powerful one, as I give you a commentary over the top 10 most powerful episodes of Defining Dad Bod. These are the episodes most viewed, downloaded, shared, and commented on by our viewers and listeners here at Defining Dad Bod. And since there's a whole lot of information in 100 episodes, consider this both a recap to encourage you to dive back into those episodes and see if there's something there for you, but also as a roadmap. If you're new to the show, you might not know where to start. And I've had several people reach out and say that they've started back at the beginning and are listening to the Defining Dad Bod podcast from episode 1. And as valuable as I believe that is, perhaps this, our 100th episode, will give you a better idea of where you might start if you want to dive deep into the Defining Dad Bod podcast. This show is going to be powerful, informative, and a lot of fun, as Gabriel will make a few appearances that I'm sure you'll appreciate. One special announcement before we get started. In honor of our 100th episode, Defining Dad Bod is launching a new product, a life transformation mastermind. What is a mastermind? A mastermind is a regular meeting with other people who are interested in the same topic as you. The goal is that the leader of the group presents some information and material, and then the group has an awesome discussion to help make that material practical and personal to their own lives. And the experience of being in the group and discussing these topics motivates you, keeps you accountable, and connects you with other people who are wrestling with some of the same stuff that you might be. Our first mastermind is going to center around the hormone pyramid. In 4 weeks, we'll dive into insulin, cortisol, testosterone, and thyroid hormones. And after a brief education over why this hormone is important to you, each week we'll be discussing the nutrition and lifestyle changes that you can make in order to make that hormone system work for you rather than against you. If you jump into this mastermind and take it seriously, I promise you will lose fat, you will gain some muscle, you will get more consistent energy, and you will look at your nutrition and lifestyle habits differently than when you started. You can find out more information at definingdadbod.com/shop/hormone mastermind. That's definingdadbod.com/shop/hormone mastermind. Registration's open through July, and we will start the mastermind the first week of August. And since it's the first launch of this mastermind, there's a significant discount for those of you who register in July. Now let's get to the top 10 most impactful episodes of the first 100 of Defining Dad Bod. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. And if you are one of our supporters, either past, present, or perhaps future, thank you for making this possible. It's been an amazing journey, and we're just getting started. What's up, guys? This is Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod here in our 100th 100th episode of Defining Dad Bod. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. Today, I am super excited to walk through our top 10 of the first 100 episodes of Defining Dad Bod. And in doing so, whether you're new to the show or you've been following us for a while, I hope to highlight some of the powerful aspects of the shows that our listeners have found the most impactful through comments, likes, shares, and reviews. These are the top 10 episodes that the listeners of Defining Dad Bod have found most powerful and impactful. I've had new listeners reach out to me recently to ask for a program guide to Defining Dad Bod. As one listener put it, this is like a master's course in human exercise physiology, nutrition, and practical lifestyle change with a little bit of psychology mixed in. I love that, and I'm actively working to get a good program guide together to extract some of the most powerful aspects of the Defining Dad Bod show to make it more easily accessible as people work to put this information to practical use for themselves. So as I go through our top 10 list today, I hope you'll view this as a preview of our program guide and a convenient place marker of my commitment to bring you another 100 awesome episodes of Defining Dad Bod in the coming months. So let's dive in. Okay, here's a thought. Guess how many episodes of Defining Dad Bod there are?
750.
750? No, I haven't been doing it that long. 100 episodes. What do you think about that?
Well, no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Number 10. In the number 10 spot, we have episode 78, Moving Like a Beast. In this episode of Defining Dad Bod, we interview master trainer Jared Lagness, and we talk about a very unconventional style of training. The training style is called animal flow, and it's just as focused on flexibility and agility as it is everyday movements, interestingly named and inspired by the movements that you can find in nature. The primary thing that listeners appreciated from my interview with Jared was one, the practicality and the novelty of the movement styles. There's really not a lot of people talking about animal flow, and it's a very unique way to incorporate something like an athletic version of fun yoga into your training system. But two, many listeners reported that trying different animal flow movements with their kids was a lot of fun. One listener said, I just YouTubed top 10 animal flow movements, and my 4-year-old and I had a really active and fun time in the living room. It was a blast. Thanks, Jared. So if you're looking to change things up, or maybe you're in a position where your health and fitness requires only the use of your body in gravity, and you're kind of sick of doing push-ups and squats, then I highly recommend you check out episode 78, Moving Like a Beast with Jared Lagness. And if you do happen to YouTube best animal flow movements, my personal favorite is the single leg pigeon jump. If you post a video of your attempt and tag Defining Dad Bod in that, I'll send you a decal and a lot of virtual high fives.
Number 9.
The number 9 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod is episode 86. The title is Should You Get Strong or Get Shredded? In this episode, we interviewed master trainer Sarah Fleming. She's a strength coach of over 20 years and actually jumped into an interview in the first 20 episodes of Defining Dad Bod, talking about true, practical, and functional strength training. But in episode 86, we dive into Sarah's own personal journey, which recently included a switch from strength training and strength coaching to an attempt at a physique competition. The interview is powerful for a number of reasons, but diving into that episode, we'll find you asking the question, what really are my goals? And how might I overcome the challenges of being a parent while making deep changes in my own personal health and fitness? We try to answer the question, what the difference is between pursuing a body composition goal or a strength goal, and we talk about the merits of each. No matter what you're working on, this conversation will inspire you to get out of your comfort zone and try something new. And if you follow her links on social media, you can see how our physique competition actually worked out a few weeks after the interview. It was a pretty powerful journey. I encourage you to check it out. What does Dad make people do?
Work out a lot.
I make them work out a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they need entrance.
They need what?
Entrance and muscles.
But what's an entrance?
Entrance is when you grow up.
They need insurance? Number 8. The number 8 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod's First 100 is actually episode 3. The episode's titled, The Truth About Reaching Your Fitness Goals. And while many of the episodes in the top 10 here were recorded in the last year, episode 3 has stood the test of time in 2 ways. First, the episode's actually based on an article I wrote for the International Sports Science Association back in 2015. And my goal was to help new and beginning trainers to cut through some of the fads in the industry and tell them some hard truths about training their clients. Truths that I had to learn through the School of Hard Knocks in my first 5 years of working with people. And since I knew the subject really well and was very passionate about making sure that I cleared up some of the falsehoods in the health and fitness industry, for those who followed Defining Dad Bod, I recorded episode 3 in the first week of the show. Since the article was written 4 years ago and it's still popular today, that should tell you it's powerful content. I hope you'll go check it out. I'll warn you ahead of time though, the truth is often a difficult pill to swallow, so make sure to mentally prepare yourself.
Number 7.
The number 7 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod plays on a really important topic in the health and fitness industry. Maybe important not necessarily from a health and fitness perspective, but because everybody wants it. Episode 28 is titled 5 Myths That Are Keeping You from Better Abs. In this episode, we tackle the all-important vanity muscle, the abdominals. And while I don't believe the path to better health and fitness is paved by six-pack abs, a flatter tummy, a better midsection, more toned abdominal muscles, all of those things generally inspire people to do things that are healthier for themselves. And while we're on a mission to reduce visceral fat, which reduces cardiometabolic disease risk, and many other things that we don't want to be a part of, then I take time to address the industry myths that many people have heard over the last 20 years, and maybe even practice, that are keeping them from better abs. If you do decide to check out episode 28, you can also get a copy of my favorite abdominal workout when you subscribe to the Defining Dad Bod newsletter. That's definingdadbod.com/DDB1. Yeah, I know that's not an easy link. I was still a noob when I did that. I'll put the link in the show notes below. What's Dad's best muscle?
Legs.
My legs? High five. Don't skip leg day, man. Yeah. Number 6. Should you go keto? The ketogenic diet, one of the most popular fads of the last 2 years to rear its ugly head in the health and fitness industry, and with enough bro science, pseudoscience, and real science to make most people's heads spin. Episode 32, Should You Go Keto, is an interview with Dr. Adrian Chavez. Dr. Chavez has his PhD in nutrition sciences and runs the Your Nutrition Prescription podcast. And in his show, he tries to dive into many things that people Google regularly, only to be met with unqualified journalist articles overblowing some crazy and difficult to understand nutrition quote research. Dr. Chavez is a very well qualified individual with a heart for helping people out, and we have a great, frank, and scientific discussion about whether or not you should go keto. Don't worry. If you are a proponent of the ketogenic diet, we don't stomp your toes too hard in this episode, but we do talk about reasons that it might be contraindicated for some people, and we talk about instances where it might be appropriate for some people. And probably most importantly, we differentiate the ketogenic diet from other fad diets out there and help people to understand what it actually is in terms of macronutrients in daily living. If you're interested in ketosis, make sure you check out episode 32. Should you go keto?
Number 5.
The number 5 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod dives into testosterone, and since this is the Defining Dad Bod show, it's not hard to understand why it's number 5. Episode 53 is part 4 in our Overcoming Obesity series. The title of the episode is Getting Rid of Man Boobs and Beer Bellies, and it's a doozy. With nearly 1 in 5 men in the population being marked as low testosterone, medically speaking, and testosterone being the primary hormone as the biological driver for the basis of dad bod, many listeners found this episode to be impactful and powerful. Now please note, it's part 4 in a series of 5 episodes that make up the Overcoming Obesity series, And while we address the nutrition and lifestyle changes required to boost testosterone naturally in the body, it's also important to note that the hormone pyramid is built in such a way that if you don't address parts 1 through 3 before addressing the testosterone part of the pyramid, then you'll get limited results. Spoiler alert, parts 1 and 2 make it into the top 3 episodes of Defining Dad Bod, so you'll hear more about those in just a bit. But if you're interested in how to naturally boost testosterone and what role testosterone plays in getting rid of man boobs and beer bellies, then hop on over to episode 53, Overcoming Obesity, Part 4. What does Dad think about PJ Masks?
Pansies.
They're pansies, right? They're not real superheroes.
Goku and Broly and Majin Buu are superheroes.
Well, Broly and Majin Buu are bad guys, but Goku's a superhero. And what do you think he would do to PJ Masks?
He would take them down.
He would take him down, that's right.
But Cowboy can super fast speed him. He can make him dizzy.
No, there's no way. Goku has instant transmission. He puts 2 fingers on his forehead, and he'll teleport and then punch Catboy in the face.
No, with super fast speed and wings.
Catboy had wings, he might be able to keep up. You know, they could probably beat Krillin. Krillin's kind of a pansy.
Oh yeah, PJ Masks can beat Krillin. He's kind of pansy.
Yeah, he's kind of a pansy. Number 4. The 4th most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod is actually part of our more non-traditional series that we started about a year ago. Episode 62 is Exercise in the Brain Part 1, Why the Brain Matters. And in my opinion, it's one of the most powerful episodes we've ever published. The Exercise in the Brain series at Defining Dad Bod was my attempt to highlight the research in the last 30 years of health and fitness that show us how exercise impacts the brain and why cardiovascular training and weight training is not only helpful in body composition change and even disease prevention, but it also impacts your psychological well-being and can be a key component in treating psychiatric disorders. In the Exercise in the Brain series, we cover ADHD, depression, and even stress and anxiety. And while the Exercise in the Brain series is a very non-traditional way to look at the benefits of exercise, I'm ridiculously excited to see that the listeners of Defining Dad Bod have deemed that one of the more important things that they can look into. So hop over to episode 62 and work hard to understand what exercise can do for your brain and how you can improve your life by shaping your exercise around brain development.
Number 3.
Things are getting real here. We're getting to the bronze, silver, and gold podium of the first 100 episodes of Defining Dad Bod. The number 3 most popular episode is episode 80. And this episode is ridiculously powerful because just like the Exercise in the Brain series, we get very non-traditional here. The title of the episode is Ultimate Biohacking, and we brought master trainer and somatic movement specialist Kayla June onto the show. And we talked about how we can tame our subconscious mind with somatic movement. Sound complicated? Well, it can get pretty deep, but the episode itself is a really practical understanding of how your subconscious mind and your conscious mind are connected through your movement practice. If you're wrestling with being more connected in your workouts, or finding a little bit more joy or a little bit more motivation to move yourself powerfully, exercise can be much more than a sweaty, hard-breathing, muscle-fatiguing, endorphin-based movement session. Instead, Kayla and I talk about how we get our subconscious mind, the 98% of us that's operating under the surface and that you really don't have a lot of control over, in line with your conscious mind through the movement of our bodies. There's some great science around this, and we do our best to make sure that our practical application is not too esoteric. And as wild as the topic sounds, the fact that it's number 3 on our top 10 here should tell you that there's something special there, just for you. Look at this. They pay me money to make them work out. Why would they give me money? Why would they do that if they don't like it?
I don't know.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Did you know that's where our money comes from? People pay me to help them work out?
Yeah. How does that have been possible?
Number 2. The Silver Medal Award goes to episode 30. This is part 2 in our Overcoming Obesity series, and we talk specifically about how to burn fat better through optimizing our insulin regulation. As the number 2 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod, it's definitely in line with the idea that we're working to redefine what we mean by dad bod. Since insulin's the most anabolic hormone in the body, and there are many nutritional and lifestyle habits that affect insulin on a very high level, then episode 30 is going to help you to make the most use of your nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle change to get your insulin system working for you rather than against you. If you want more consistent energy, to burn fat better as a fuel source, to reduce cravings, and get a handle on your hunger and fullness cues, and maybe some practical nutrition advice that goes beyond calories, then I hope you'll check out episode 30, Overcoming Obesity Part 2, and become better at burning fat as a fuel source. And before we get to the number 1 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod, I have a few honorable mentions. As the guy at Defining Dad Bod, who works with hundreds of clients a year to help them achieve better health, better fitness, and better lifestyle for themselves and their families, I obviously believe that every episode of Defining Dad Bod is valuable. Otherwise, I wouldn't spend time and resources producing and distributing it. But there are some episodes of Defining Dad Bod that I believe are really, really helpful for people, but don't get quite as much airtime, either because I suck at making titles that are sexy and distributable, or because maybe these topics just aren't that interesting. But either way, here are my list of honorable mentions before we get to the number 1 most popular episode of Defining Dad Bod. If goal setting is a big part of your own personal fitness program and you want some help with it, episode 14 is about setting intelligent goals through the SMART Goals goal setting system, and I walk you through the conversation of specific, measurable, attractive, realistic, and timely goal setting. And then episode 15 is an interview with another coach to talk about growing beyond your goals and some of the valleys and peaks that you're going to find on your journey to reaching them. I believe the 2 episodes together are extremely important if you have any health and fitness goals that you're working to pursue. Another honorable mention is about supplements. Episode 8 on Defining Dad Bod is designed to help you cut through the crap of the health and fitness industry with regard to supplements. There's so much misinformation out there that I believe this is an integral part of anybody who's interested in pursuing health and fitness through nutrition and exercise change. Be an informed consumer and check out episode 8 for some help with your supplements. If you're in the market for creating your own workouts, episodes 12, 21, and 18 were all designed to help you in the process of creating your own workout programs. I do offer virtual coaching through Defining Dad Bod to take that load off of other people's plates and put my 13 years of fitness industry experience and credentials to work for you. But if you want to manage this yourself, I've done my best to take the science and make it simple so that you can use the acute variables just like I do. Just a couple more honorable mentions. Sleep and recovery is the primary subject that I believe is going to help parents with regard to pursuing better health and fitness for themselves and their kids. Episode 9, How to Work Out While Sleep Deprived, is for those parents, either you or somebody you know in your life, who's got a new baby in the house and is still trying to keep up with their workout regimen. There is a right and a wrong way to do that, and I hope that episode can help them out. Episodes 83 and 84 are designed to help you with regard to your sleep and your exercise recovery, and I took some time to bring on a meditation expert in episode 87 to help with the stress management side of your workout program. The last honorable mention is the Beyond Calories series, and the only reason the Beyond Calories series isn't here in the top 10 based on its adoption thus far is that it's only been out for about 3 weeks or so. Go check out episode 96. Beyond Calories Part 1. In that episode, we ask the question, why 100 calories of spinach is better for you than 100 calories of Skittles. It sounds intuitive, but the reasons are deep. And if you're ready to go beyond calories, I hope you'll go check it out.
Number 1!
Taking the gold medal for the most popular episode of the Defining Dad Bod show over the last 100 episodes is episode 29. Episode 29 is part 1 of the Overcoming Obesity series, and you've heard me talk about parts 2 and 4 on this top 10. In part 1 of the series, we talk about the size of the problem of obesity and why our current methods of working to help people eat and exercise in a way that staves off obesity, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, thyroid dysfunction, and a host of other issues related to obesity is not working. And in this series, I introduce the concept of the hormone pyramid. This structure has resonated deeply with the listeners of Defining Dad Bod as a way to organize nutrition and lifestyle priorities with regard to making transformations to decrease fat, increase muscle, improve energy, help you with your cravings, and do it in a sustainable way that won't result in you bouncing back or yo-yo dieting. If this is interesting to you, this is a series that we're going to work to build on in the Defining Dad Bod world. And to that end, I'd like to invite you, if the Overcoming Obesity series has been powerful for you, to join us for our Hormone Optimization Mastermind. In honor of our 100th episode of Defining Dad Bod, we're changing a few things about what we do around here. And one of the things is to offer some nutrition and lifestyle coaching around the hormone pyramid. To make things cost effective, we're going to do this in a mastermind format so that you can get together live with a group, talk to me, where I can present the different phases of the hormone pyramid to you, and take your questions in live form. We're also going to record these sessions so that you can have a copy of the MP4 to refer to anytime you like. Since this is the first month that we're doing this, we're launching our first mastermind at a discounted rate. The link's in the show notes below, or you can go to definingdadbod.com/shop to register. That's definingdadbod.com/shop to register for our Hormone Optimization Mastermind, where we're going to walk you through the nutrition and lifestyle change to help you get your insulin, cortisol, testosterone, and thyroid systems working for you rather than against you. I'm so thankful for the work that we've been able to do here at Defining Dad Bod, that we've been able to put out 100 episodes, over 70 hours of free content into the world of health and fitness to help parents leave a legacy of health and fitness for their kids and impact our community in a practical way, cutting through the garbage of the health and fitness industry. This has been Alex Van Houten with Defining Dad Bod, and I remain committed to you and excited about the next 100 episodes of Defining Dad Bod. Reach out if I can be helpful, and until next time, guys, kick butt, take names. The free practical advice and conversations here remain unbought and unbiased thanks to the support of listeners just like you. For more information on how you can become a part of the inner circle of Defining Dad Bod, go to definingdadbod.com/inner circle.